Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. If you are looking for fabulous meals made ketogenic that the whole family will enjoy, then you have come to the right channel. Tonight we're going to be making an easy and yummy mug cake. It is going to be carrot cake mug cake. So come along with me and let's get started. Mug cakes are very nice because they are individualized, so it helps keep portion control in check. They're very popular. In fact, big companies like Duncan Hines even makes them. This one is very easy and it is low carb, even though I'm going to be using carrots. Please hit the like button so that other people can find our content and that they can be happy on this lifestyle as well. Let's get started. So you are going to need some kind of mug or ramekin for this recipe. You need to make sure that it is microwave safe if you're going to be doing this in the microwave. If you don't have a microwave, you can still make this type of cake, and there will be instructions for oven usage in our blog post at Cjsketokitchen.com. I have greased my ramekins, and this recipe makes 2 servings, so this is going to be enough for 2 people. Or 2 mug cakes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to begin starting our wet ingredients. And the first thing that I need is 2 tablespoons of butter, and I need it to be melted. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my microwave safe dish, and I'm going to microwave it until it is melted. So the next thing that we are going to add is a tablespoon of heavy cream. And I am adding my heavy cream first because I don't want to put my egg in this hot butter. And I'm just going to incorporate that a bit. So the next thing I'm going to add is some sweetener. I'm going to be using a brown sugar alternative in this step. If you wanted to use a white granular natural sweetener, you absolutely could. Whatever sweetener you choose to use in this. You definitely want to sweeten it to taste. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in, but as I said, you can do less or more depending on your tastes. I am just whisking as soon as I do each ingredient step. I'm going to put my extract in at this point. I'm going to be using vanilla here, but you could use a different flavored extract. For my icing, I'm going to be using a different flavored extract. But for my cake part, I am using vanilla, and I'm just going to put in a few drops. The next thing is going to be 1 egg. So the next thing that we are going to be adding is some carrot, because this is a carrot cake mug cake. And before you get all upset, there's very little carrot in this. Carrot also has a great deal of fiber in it. And I'm putting in such a small amount that is going over 2 servings, so it's going to equal less than 1 carb per serving of carrot. I am going to be grating mine very finely. And I would suggest for this recipe that you use a regular carrot. Not baby carrots, not matchstick carrots, but an actual long carrot. You can find them in bags, and sometimes you can find them also individually in the grocery store. And because they are this way, there is more moisture content. Baby carrots are carrots that are taken out of a whole carrot, and usually they're not the desirable piece of the carrot. And then matchstick carrots are very dry because they have been pre-formed and put into bags. You want the moisture content, and that is why you're going for an actual full-size carrot in this particular step. I'm going to grate this, and you want about 1/4 cup. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and whisk this and incorporate our carrot into the wet part of our batter. Okay, so this is all of our wet ingredients, and now I'm going to begin working on our dry ingredients. The first thing that you're going to need is 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. To our almond flour, we need some leavening, and that is going to be in the form of baking powder in this particular mug cake, and you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just going to combine that into our almond flour a little bit. That way you can see if there's any chunks of baking powder that you don't want. The next thing that we are going to be adding is some spices. Because carrot cake is a spice cake, we want to add some spices to it. I'm going to be putting in about 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and this has multiple spices in it: cinnamon, allspice, and some clove. The other thing that I'm going to be adding is some fresh whole nutmeg. I prefer to buy the whole nutmeg and grate the nut meats myself instead of buying powdered nutmeg, but of course use whatever you like. And for whole nutmeg, you simply just need a grater, and this one is very fine, and I'm just going to grate my nutmeg over my mixture. Once again, I'm just going to incorporate my spices in here so that when we combine our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients, everything has been well combined. Okay, so we have our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients. We are now going to combine the 2 ingredients into our bowl, making sure that everything gets smooth. I'm just going to continue combining this until everything is well incorporated and off the bottom of our bowl. Mug cakes are awesome when it's warm outside. We are actually under a heat advisory here in Washington State, so anything we can do to not heat up the house is great. Okay. So there is our carrot cake mug cake batter. So I'm going to put equal amounts into my 2 ramekins. So our carrot cakes are ready to go into the microwave, and I have found that cooking them individually is best. I have an 1100 watt microwave, which is fairly high power, and I have found that 1 minute is just right for my particular microwave. If you have a lower wattage microwave, you might have to do it a bit longer, but as I have stated in the past with other mug cakes, it's much easier to start out with the fewest amount of minutes and then work up from there so that you don't end up overcooking your mug cake. I know for mine it's 1 minute, but I would definitely start at about 45 seconds and work up from there. Okay, puffed up nicely, but the center is done. You can tell if it springs back that it's finished. And you want to let this cool for a few minutes before you put your frosting on, but I will show you how we make that. I'm going to go ahead and heat up the other mug cake. So for our icing or our glaze, it's very simple. So I have 2 tablespoons of very soft cream cheese because it is very warm today, so it's very soft. And you do want it soft because you're going to be making a frosting out of it. So to the 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, I'm going to add just a little bit of liquid sweetener. You could use powdered confectioners if you want it to be a bit stiffer, but I'm going for a very soft product. Definitely sweeten it to your taste. The other thing that I'm going to be adding is a little bit of the butter pecan flavoring that I have used in the past. I do use this quite often. If you wanted to just use vanilla, you could, but I really like the flavor that this gives, and I'm also going to be decorating with a few pecans, so I thought that it worked very well. So I'm just going to add a few drops, and you can make it as strong as you would like. And I didn't add an awful lot of sweetener because our carrot cake is already sweet, of course. Okay, there's our very simple icing. And as soon as our cake's cool, I will put it on and show you the finished product. So of course you could eat these in the mug or ramekin that you prepared it in if you wanted, but I am going to unmold mine and show you it decorated, or how you could make it extra fancy, or if you were doing this for a loved one or for company, it gives you a different option. So I'm just going to take a knife and go around. And hopefully our greasing of this was effective, and it was. It's perfectly cooked. So there's our adorable little mini cake. He's quite cute on his own, but I'm going to ice him anyway. And of course it's lovely just like that with your little swirl of cream cheese. But I am going to put a few chopped pecans on there, and I'm also going to garnish with just a little bit of the carrot, just so that everyone knows it's carrot cake. So there it is. Easy, yummy, and fun. Keto carrot mug cake. CJ is going to tell us what he thinks. If you would like more delicious recipe ideas, including mug cakes, and more carrot recipes, then just stay tuned. They're coming up next. Okay, here is our delicious keto carrot mug cake. And we're gonna have CJ give it a taste. Hi.
Hi.
It's time for some carrot cake. It's 400 degrees in here.
Great. Yes, it's 400 degrees in here.
It's a good thing it's a mug cake.
Yes. So yes, it's hot in our house. It's probably close to 100 degrees here, which is hot for us.
And we don't have a fan on because it's noisy.
Yes. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. Really flavorful. Super easy to make. Nice treat. And we didn't have to turn on the stove. So I'm a big fan of mug cakes, and this might be one of the best ones we have, although we've got some really good mug cakes on our channel. Anyway, good job, baby. Thanks. I think people will like this, and I'm not concerned about the little tiny bit of carrot.
No, it's got 73% of your daily allowance of vitamin A. So just keep telling yourself that.
Good job.
Thanks.
Bye.